Yeah, what's good? Boy Q to the North Star. Look, man, I don't know. I have no idea why motherfuckers feel like their opinion is so motherfucking important to me. Turn my food down a little bit. I don't understand why they think their fucking opinion means so much to me that they have to come up on my page talking all that rah-rah bullshit, professing that I got a white wife, mixed kids, all this shit just because they don't like my fucking video. Look, let me take this down to the basement because again, I don't want to disturb my children or my wife because I do this shit in my spare fucking time. But on the flip fucking side of this shit, I'm just getting tired of motherfuckers commenting on my fucking videos because of my experiences and my personal opinion. Right here. Alright. Listen up. I get on YouTube and I share my experiences. Why do I share my experiences? Because as a black boy, the so-called nurturers of the community just wanted me to shut up and man up. Without providing me an example of what a man is, they wanted me to be one, okay? Now, this ain't a knock on nobody, this ain't a knock on my mother or anyone else like that. But at the end of the day, I was procreated with a man who utterly hated and despises me. Okay? He wants nothing to do with me even to this day. He wants nothing to do with his grandchildren to this day. Alright? One group of women have put obstacles before me throughout my entire life. They've made life difficult for me. I've been told by simp dudes and these so-called queens of the community that they're down for brothers like me. And I shouldn't have the kind of opinion that I have of them because they're down for me, right? Yet and still, when one of their sisters, their fellow sisters, go and leave the community to find a mate, they are not called or hunted down on if they're celebrities, they're not hunted down on social media about being a sellout. Like every black man who's ever dated someone who has been non-black. Nobody is harassing Eve or Venus Serena or any other black female that has a white husband or is dating someone who's white. So all my life I've been told this one group of women, they just care so much for us, but I'm seeing double standards. I'm addressing this because, one, it's content. It's just as simple as that. Two, I want to continue to keep highlighting the stupidity that exists among the vast majority of black women, because a lot of them are mentally and functionally retarded, meaning they're idiots, but they're smart enough to function in society and kind of conceal it until you catch them in a pressurized situation where you would need logic to overcome the situation. Then you realize just who is who. The reason why I made the video, why I will avoid black women from now on, and I was supposed to do this video last weekend, but I had a sinus infection and all the other stuff. Anyways, the reason why I made that video is because I've been told all my life that these black women are queens, this and that, they did this and they did all that, even though a majority of them didn't do shit during slavery because they wasn't alive during slavery. Okay, the black women that sacrificed back then has nothing to do with the idiots that exist today. Somehow, somewhere along the lines, they went from these heroic figures to these dumbasses dumb jackasses. That's what they have become, the vast majority of them. Okay? You don't have to like my opinion. You don't have to like my experience, the things that happen to me. See, I share facts of my own nature, meaning I don't just sit around and make things up and profess to know something I don't. I take my life experiences and I share them in a public forum. So it's different than if I'm sitting around and I'm trying to just pick out and call out black women for the sake of calling them out. See, I only speak when I really have something to say. That's why a lot of my videos are 10 minutes and up. I'm trying to keep them down, but hey, it is what it is. But I only speak when I really have something to say. And the reason why I did that 9-minute video over a year ago was because I couldn't understand how, for one, I'm helping you out. All right? You're just a security guard. You have no knowledge of anything that I know of, that I know how to do and how to fix an issue. I went above and beyond what my position is, because we used to be help desk and they stripped all our help desk privileges or abilities away. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean I forgot how to do things. It just means technically I shouldn't be doing them. This was an emergency. I was told that it was an emergency, and I was begged and pleaded with to come down and take a look at it. Now, I did that, and I found a workaround. And in the process of me doing that, a black woman, someone who's just as dark as me, with fake hair in her head, blonde hair in her head, decided that she was going to tell me that my voice doesn't match how I look. Now, I've had some idiots comment in the section, talk about, maybe she was talking about how fat I am. Listen, you motherfuckers. I know you're not going to listen, but hey, it is what it is. Listen up, motherfuckers. It don't matter if I'm 1,000 damn pounds. If I'm on my 600-pound life, it don't fucking matter. The reality of the situation is that a majority of black women fucking utterly hate and despise black men. A vast majority of them do. This whole situation of over 70% of black women in Atlanta having HIV goes to prove the point that I posted a long time ago, 3 years ago to be exact, about how not only do black women have twice the amount of children as black men, they also have twice the amount of STDs as black men. So what does that mean? That means that there's a vast majority of black women messing with a very small, minute, bad, useless black men. That is the situation. That is the reality. And I talked about this 3 years ago. And I had black women shout me down. Even had some, whatever she was, I unfriended her, but some white Hispanic looking chick who professed that we were all black. Just different variations, whatever. But nevertheless, I did the video because I couldn't believe the outward disrespect. Especially how I've been told how I shouldn't be talking about black women in mixed company. But yet it was okay to call out the fact that I don't sound prototypically black, whatever that means. That was perfectly fine. And a lot of you motherfuckers who comment on that video never address that issue. You never address the disrespect that she gave me. You talk about the fact that I'm talking about a situation that happened to me and that I'm the problem. Not the person who's causing the problem. I'm the problem for the way I'm handling it. So if that's the case, the next time a police officer guns down an unarmed black person, blame the black person who got gunned down. It's amazing how when it comes to black and white, it's always the white person's fault. The white person need to be more responsible than the black person. But when it comes to black on black people, black on black assault, black on black insults, black on black murder, black on black robbery, it's always how the victim handled it. Isn't that fucking amazing? It's never how the victim handled it when it's a white on black crime. Fuck, even when it's a black on white crime, it's somehow the victim's fault. Somehow that white person shouldn't have been driving in that neighborhood at that point in time. Always an excuse, always a rationale, always a reasoning for fuckery. I'm waiting for all the black women to come out and talk about how all the down low black men is giving black women all these STDs when there's really a small percentage of black men who are all screwing the same chicks. There was a news article that came out 4 or 5 years ago about, 3 or 4 men from Tennessee fathered over 70-something children with over 20-something different women. So you telling me 4 dudes managed to get all these children by 20-some-odd women. And people got mad at the fact that I said it's the 80-20 rule, meaning there's 80% of women fucking with 20% of dudes who ain't shit. And then you get mad at my video title. Well, yeah, this is why I will avoid y'all from now on. The ones who act like the one I was talking about in the video. I don't know how many more times I have to say it, but it's clear that black people don't listen and don't want to listen. They have no interest in listening because they hate knowledge. They hate They hate proper education. They love this American education because it basically ignores their flaws and exalts their perfections. So you can have a group of women saying they're the most educated, but the children are the biggest dumb motherfuckers on the face of the planet. And no one ever talks about that. The children goes to schools that are dilapidated and ran down, to the fact of the matter that some single moms have had all their children murdered on their way to school. Murdered living in the same neighborhood and not moving, just staying there. But these are the most educated group of people on the face of the earth, or at least on American soil. I beg to differ. Anyone who would stand there and stay in the same spot that 1 child has been murdered, 2 child has been murdered, the 3rd child has been murdered, the 4th child has been murdered, the 5th and last child has been murdered, and still live in the same neighborhood, I would doubt has any form of education at all. And the fact that most of these chicks only care about showing off their ass, how they look in pictures, how they're trying to put filters and shit to make themselves look lighter, to make their skin look smoother, etc. But see, I'm coming to you live. There is no filters on this camera. Yes, I am as fat, I'm as ugly, I'm as whatever you want to call me. This is what I am. This is what you are seeing right now. I'm not making this shit up. I am who I am. I've never ran from it, never said I haven't been that. The only thing you'll notice when you go on my page or my YouTube page is that I stopped trying to talk to black women and I started talking to brothers. That's why my views is the way they are, because men, you don't need to tell men 1,000 times, but you have to keep telling women 1,000 times. And most of the time when you keep telling them something, if it's something they don't like, they will not internalize it and change it and make amends. They will double down on the fuckery and continue to keep shit spiraling out of control. So it doesn't matter if I have a white wife, mixed children, whatever you want to call me, whatever, fat, ugly, bitch, emotional, whatever you want to call me. You can call me that. And I'll be fine with it. It doesn't matter to me. I know the reality of my life and I know where I'm at in my life. I'm living very damn comfortable right now. And I thank God and I thank my work ethic for getting me and my wife's work ethic for getting us really to an environment that we can move our children so they can go play out in front of the house, play in a nice big backyard, go across the street, play in the park, and not have to worry about fucking idiots pulling out guns and shooting each other like from where I used to live. See, I may only have 2 associate's degrees, but I have something that's very tangible and intangible. And that's called intelligence. So last year when a young boy was shot and wounded who lived next door to us, I took that as a cautionary tale of getting the fuck out of where I lived. I didn't sit there. I didn't wait. I didn't say, oh, it'll get better. No. I told my wife, let's get our resources together and let's move to a better neighborhood. Yes, we're probably going to have to pay top dollar, but it's worth our peace of mind and our life. So that's fine. You can hate on me. You can call me whatever the fuck you wish you want, your heart's desire. But you can never argue my points, and you can never argue my arguments. All you can do is insult my aesthetics, because my aesthetics is not very pleasing to the eyes, and my words are not pleasing to the ears. So therefore, you try to negate what I'm saying by trying to say the obvious. But see, I own my ugliness. That's not what I think of myself, but if you say that I'm ugly, then I'm ugly. Because that is your opinionated truth, right? You look at me, you say, oh, he's fat, he's ugly, he's this, he's that. That's the truth to you. So if you can freely speak your truth, then let me freely speak my fucking truth. Stop commenting dumbass shit on my video. Fuckers.